Hey everyone, welcome to the results video of multiplayer round 62 on my multiplayer server. Now, this round there was not a specific theme, just that everybody had to build on this really hilly landscape that I created. Now, I did something like this in an earlier round as well, back in the beginning of my Discord, so I thought it was a fun theme to revisit. Anyway, I will go through all the finished plots. And I'll start with the one that got the lowest score, and I'll finish by revealing who's the winner of this round. Alright, in last place we have this entry from 73. Now he created this big hole in the landscape, and we can see some waterfalls here with some random gardens, it looks like, with some weird pink stuff. Also a coaster that goes around really fast, and this trams that are for some reason in the middle of the sky and don't actually seem to run. And then there's these glitchy trees below. Not really sure what to say about this plot. Good job. Alright, next up we have this entry from 2IQ. He created this snowy plot with several roller coasters in it. So there's this flying coaster over here. You can also see a looping coaster that goes up this tower here. I believe there's also a reverse freefall coaster. And there's also this alpine coaster over here. So yeah, for these coasters on this small plot, that does make it a little bit cramped, but I actually think it looks alright. These buildings probably could have used a bit more detailing, but overall not a bad job. Alright, the next plot is from Martin Train Freak. He created Wooden Roller Coaster 1. You can see it go over here. It looks like a really big knot. I don't think it's really a layout that would be typical for a wooden coaster. Probably more something you would see on a steel coaster, because it's very twisty. But I do think it looks pretty nice. There are some things I probably would do different. For example, there's some bushes under the supports here. Probably something you should avoid. Also some bushes on top of the track here. I would definitely recommend at least naming the ride and making sure there's no foliage below the track. You also see some trees here below the track. That's probably something to avoid. Some more trees through the track here. That looks a little bit sloppy. Alright, the next plot is from Sordid. Now, Sordid, he said he started without a plan. And it does kind of show, I think. Because it does look a little bit messy, but I do think it looks alright. It's kind of a pleasant mess. Yeah, it looks very artistic. You can see some buildings and some other landscape. You can see a little railway over here. It looks very artistic, and I actually kind of liked it. It does really only work from one angle, I think. I don't really know what I'm supposed to see here. But still, I do think it looks quite interesting. Alright, the next plot is from Savvy Adam. He created this boomerang coaster. You can see this wooden coaster travel backwards up this vertical spike. And then after that it travels through this layout. It has this Immelman over here. And after that it travels through the building several times before it goes up another vertical spike. No, the tower says Saviton Castle. I guess that's the name of this ride. Oh, it actually goes up very tall. I had to cut away a few cutting off the tower. But yeah, now you can really see how tall this tower is. I do think Savvy Adam used the landscape quite nicely. And I actually really like these gardens that he made under the coaster. It would probably be a good idea to play around a bit more with the ground textures under the foliage. That's something that Savvy Adam doesn't really do very often. Okay, the next plot is from Colorblind Unicorn. He created these favelas. Now, of course, for a hilly area, I think favela is actually a perfect theme, because you will usually see them sprawling all over the hills in Brazil, for example. Lots of little rundown shacks. And of course there's this brown coaster traveling over them. No, I do think it looks pretty nice. It's like a little maze over here. Although it probably would have been nice if there were a few eye catchers in this plot. Some things to actually draw your attention. Okay, the next plot is from NFE. Now, I really liked NFE's plot. These buildings, I think they look lovely. They're quite simple, but I think they have really nice colors. Also the foliage next to these buildings, I think it also looks great. And of course, there's also a coaster traveling through this plot. It's a powered coaster, and I think it snakes through this landscape quite nicely. I think the color also works pretty well here. Something which I also really like is how NFE did this clock. I think it uses invisible color to get rid of some stuff that you normally see. I think it works pretty well here. So yeah, I think NFE did a really great job here. Right here we have the plot from Low Poly Surf. It's a little bit difficult to get it fully in the picture. Alright, like this works. So this is a recreation of the coaster Cannibal. You can see it's iconic Beyond Vertical Drop over here. And also has the Lagoon Roll, as many people know it. So it rolls one direction next to the waterfall. And then at the end of the first roll, it rolls in the opposite direction. Yeah, I think this looks really cool. Also, I really like the landscaping and the station for this ride. Also love these vines on the side of the building. That's something which I wish Low Poly Surf paid a bit more attention to, is this area over here. Probably this area could have used some stuff as well. Maybe some more tall rocks or something, some landscaping, just to make this part look a little bit more interesting. But still, I think the coaster layout looks incredible. Alright, then we go to the plot next to it from Ball Pit Warrior. I think this is a really cool looking plot. Great landscaping as well. Love the way this coaster looks. You can see it says Mine Train Coaster here. Landscaping looks really nice. Love this little waterfall over here. All the different styles of rocks here in the plot. Also some path interaction with the coaster diving under the path here. I think it just looks great. It just looks nice from every angle. Buildings also look pretty nice. Maybe some windows on this side would have looked nice, or some other details. But overall, I think it's a really cool looking plot from Ball Pit Warrior. Alright, next up we have the plot from Fitwall. Fitwall made this really cool looking cityscape. Kinda reminds me of a city like San Francisco, or maybe a Japanese city. Although it's probably American, seeing the grab and go here. We can see some really tall buildings over here. Lots of layering of walls. I believe these are lots of ride entrances or exits. Or maybe these are actually station. Yeah, they're probably station pieces actually. But they actually work pretty well behind these invisible doors to make some really cool looking windows for this building. So lots of signs used on this building. There's lots of cool looking stuff here from Fitwall. Also some nice buildings over here. These actually kind of remind me of a building that Ovenwood and I made once for the Wing Coaster contest. That was in a post-apocalyptic setting. The building looks pretty nice. You can also see some other buildings over here, like the grab and go, and a little play area here as well. Over here we have a river. I think it's a really nice looking cityscape. I think Fitwall made great use of the landscaping here. Alright, next up is the plot from Bluetiful Monday. Now he created this really cool looking landscape with these balloons over here. Lots of clouds as well. Although it does look like he kind of ignored the original landscape a bit and instead dug down here to put all this stuff inside. So that's probably just a nitpick that I would have. But I think I can forgive him, because the stuff that he built on this plot all looks amazing. I love the station for this ride. But also these balloons, these clouds. Yeah, I think they all look amazing. Especially these balloons here in the middle. But also the smaller ones. Yeah, it's just a really creative use of objects. Alright, the next plot is from Onda23. Yeah, he created this really cool looking river rapids ride in a Japanese setting. So over here we have the station for the ride with some of these Japanese flags. Or maybe it's Chinese. Not really sure. It's from the Asian theme. That's something I know at least. Oh yeah, but the rafts drop down here. I love this little waterfall that Onda 23 made over here. Foliage in this plot looks amazing. Also love these pagodas over here. Yeah, just a really nice usage of different styles of objects here. Nice use of some quarter tile objects here to make this tower here in the middle that's off center. Well, I mean, it's in the center, but it's not in the middle of a tile. Let's put it like that. Yeah, really creative object use over here. Love this little waterfall, which the raft actually passed through. And then, of course, the main eye catcher of this plot is probably this lift hill that Onda 23 made for this river rapids ride. Believe these are some vehicles that, yeah, 6-seater twisted trains that travel around under here. Yeah, but it just gives this a really cool effect here. Yeah, just an amazing plot from Onda 23. It's really nice to see him competing in contests again. Alright, there are just 2 plots remaining. There's this plot from Manticore 007 and this plot from the Brew. I will first show both of them and after that I will reveal which one is the winner of this round. I'll start with this plot from the Brew. Yeah, he created this really cool looking landscape over here. Well, lots of buildings. Yeah, several levels of path here, all with lots of buildings around here. Yeah, I think the Brew just made great usage of the hilly landscape on this plot. These buildings fit in here so nicely, but we can also see several rides passing through this plot. You can see this coaster over here. I believe it's a shuttle coaster, or actually, yeah, it looks like it first gets pulled up this hill, then travels through this layout up this spike, and then on the way back down, it passes backwards through a different part of the track. Oh yeah, it's just these buildings and the plot all just look amazing. Even looks like a little vineyard over here. Yeah, it's I don't really have words. It just looks incredible. Wonderful work from the Brew. Right, and here's the final plot from Manticore 007. He made this really cool looking castle over here. Kind of looks spooky. You can see these cats traveling around here, and these carts drawn by horses. The chevaux morts probably means the dead horses. Here we can also see a really spooky ride, a little launched freefall ride, which actually travels inside this ribcage of this skeleton. Very creative ride. What's it called? Menti shivers. Yeah, here in the corner we have this inn, also with some really cool looking seating areas. Yeah, this plot is just decorated in an incredible way. Also love this little church over here. These trees here, they also have really nice colors. So yeah, Manticore 007 just did a wonderful job on this plot. Alright, I have both these final 2 plots on my screen right now. Over here we have the entry for the plot from the Brew. Over here we have the plot from Manticore. And now it's time to reveal which one of these last 2 plots is the winner of this round. The winner of multiplayer round 62 is... the Brew! The Brew got a really high score in this round, quite a bit higher than the rest. But also, yeah, his entry is just on another level. It just looks incredible. It's just really nice to look at. And the Brew just did an incredible job not just making this plot, but also making it look nice in this hilly landscape. So yeah, wonderful job from the brew. But in this round we had many unique and beautiful looking entries. Now, if you want to take a look at these plots yourself, you can download this map from my Discord server. You can find a link in the video description. And of course, Discord is completely free, so you don't have to worry about that. If you want to join one of these rounds, we will start a new round soon. And if you're a member on my Discord server, then yeah, you can join this round if you're a trusted member. Now, that was going to be all for this video. If you liked these entries, please consider giving this video a like. It will take you just 2 seconds and it will really help out my channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.